Now we're in contract and we want to be mindful of timeframes ahead and the due diligence deadline date. Now we're in business. This is exciting, isn't it? But don't get too excited just yet. We have to go through the due diligence timeframe. The buyer will now secure their loan, have the inspections on the property, and review all of the reports and disclosures. This typically takes anywhere between 7 and 21 days, depending on what was initially agreed upon in the contract. In some cases, when you're dealing with a very desirable home that has multiple offers, a buyer can negotiate that there is no due diligence period. But this is not quite as common as sellers would like. During the due diligence timeframe, the buyer can back out of the home if they're not happy with what they discover on any of the reports, the disclosures, or the inspections that they're having done. After having the inspections and reviewing the reports, this is typically when the buyer could ask for repairs, or they could possibly be asking for credits for things that they found during these inspections. The buyers also have the option to back out of the home if they choose, or if they have a request that we cannot come up to a mutual agreement between the buyer and the seller. They can also choose to back out also for some reason if they're not able to qualify for the loan, or if the home does not appraise and we cannot come to a mutually agreed upon price regarding the appraisal. The buyer can back out as well also. You need to understand that if a home does not appraise for the contractual amount, that the lender will only loan on the appraised value, and obviously they take into consideration what the buyer is actually qualified for. Any additional money required need to be made from the buyer, or the seller would have to agree to adjust the contractual price. North Carolina is a caveat emptor state, meaning let the buyer beware. North Carolina law mandates that the seller disclosures known defects in the property, as well as the realtor must disclose any known material facts on the property. It's the buyer's responsibility to do their due diligence and assure themselves about the property before the closing. So the due diligence timeframe is part of the original contract or counteroffer. The buyer has the right to back out of the home for any reason, and as a seller, they can retain the buyer's due diligence deposit. This is why it's essential to hire an agent like myself who knows how to properly vet buyers and their offer, who asks the right questions, has the right conversations with the agent and lender. I always advise my clients not to start packing their bags until we are past contractual due diligence timeframe. Once the buyers acknowledge all their inspections have been completed and they finish their due diligence and they are continuing to move forward with the purchasing of the home, well, now you have a little relief and have more assurance that the home purchase is actually going through, and you should be moving soon. Watch below to see what's next and what to expect. And feel free to personally reach out to me or someone in my company so we can get more details about you, find out what your needs are, so we know how to properly serve and advise you. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.